Welcome to our tutorial series. There's multiple ways where you can find access to the tutorials for Autodesk Architecture. You can go to our own personal website and just type under Google LATTC drafting 62, and on this site is my personal site where you can find everything we cover in class, your syllabus, the content, the concepts, the project. But most importantly, you want to focus on the notes that are appropriate for your course semester, which is summer 2013. So here under summer 2013, at the very bottom, you can download all our tutorials, and then you can also download the drawings. Please make a point that you want to download locally the book as a PDF format. That's your extension course, extension for the software, and your DWGs, you want to open it also locally into one of your directories. This is called file management, and it's very important that you understand how to save your information. So notice here, if I go under my file management, I have here summer 2013 student work, and here I have tutorials, tutorial zip, resources. So organizing your information in a way that is easy to find is called file management. Most of courses, most of schools, most of architecture offices, everywhere you go, they're going to have a standardization of how to organize your projects, how to organize your information so everybody can have access to it. So just really quick, so this is your book for free. It's online that you can download from the website I just showed you. And basically the beauty of this book is that it follows what is called an architecture engineering workflow. In other words, the sequence of how do you actually come from inception to the construction of a model, including all the parts of it, all the way to working on the project and documenting the project. So this is what is called a workflow. You're first going to design and plan it, right? And they are calling it, Autodesk is calling it modeling. And these are the various stages that you go to create a model, a house, a building, a city. You're going to go through these stages. Then once you make your model, you're going to be creating your constructs, your elements, your views. In other words, once you created your building, how are you going to help other people look at it and how you're going to start dimensioning it. And then the last one are the sheets that you create so they can be stamped and approved and organized according to the architecture, engineering, and construction industry standards. So basically, this is what is called the life cycle of a building. We're missing here operations and assessment. So if you had operations and assessment here, you will have the entire life cycle of a building. Design plan, working on a project, documenting a project, operating a project, leaving the project, and assessing the project. At the end, did you make a building that works? Something very important to here is that under modeling, once you understand that this is the very first stage that has to do with planning and design, it breaks it down into exercises. And the very first stage is called space planning, right? The second one is creating a shell. And, you know, a word that we actually use in architecture more is called the envelope. It's called your elevations, your skin. Usually in architecture, when we talk about shell, we're talking more about a concrete shell. But the way Autodesk is organizing it here is through the word shell. And notice how you can have two types of walls, bearing walls, and then you can have curtain walls. And the curtain wall is where the wall is not taking the weight of a building. So how do you create this envelope? How do you create this skin? Is by creating your shells, which will be the second tutorial. The very first tutorial is called space planning. Space planning is very important for quantifying information. And basically, every time that you use each of these exercises, you're going to Google locally where you have this drawing that you downloaded from our personal website. And this is not going to be under my document unless you actually download it locally onto your site, and that's where you're going to be saving it. But basically, there's three concepts you need to learn about space planning. The area that you're going to be specifying it, how you're going to be presenting it with colors. So you want to present, you go down here and you want to identify which areas are corridors versus offices versus restrooms. So you want to color it so the client can quickly say, okay, we have, you know, X amount of square footage for a specific function. So for a classroom, you'll have X amount of square footage for a classroom, X amount for circulation. So first you're going to know the areas, then you're going to know the assigned space by color. But then this is the beauty of a smart system. You're going to call here what is called the space inventory. You're going to assign the space with square footage. But the beauty of space inventory is that you can have websites assigned to this polygon. You can have inventory for the furniture. You can have guarantees assigned. You can have anything that you can tag it and you can attach it to your space. So the very first thing you want to do in architecture is identify the function of the space with the area. So that will be our next series, and welcome and enjoy your tutorials.
Hello, my name is Erika Guerra and I'm going to be doing the tutorial number 1 from the AutoCAD Architectural. Okay, we're gonna do the space planning tutorial. We're gonna go from this to that, following these steps. Okay, step number 1, go to File, Open. We are going to look for the ASP01, Create Spaces. Click there, then click Open. Continue and close. Okay, now that we have the file, we need to go to our tool palette. If we don't have that, we can just click there, or we can just simply type in tool palettes and it's gonna be open. Now you have to right click there and click on the design. After that, you're gonna click there and you're gonna again click design. You're gonna look for the space tool. That one, and on properties you have to change style to standard, tag to AEC7 room tag, associative, no, gray type, generate, low space overlapping, no, and under component, geometric type, you have to change that to 2D. Okay, now that you have that, when you put your cursor over any space, you're gonna see how it turns on red. You have to do that without clicking, just move on. Okay, now that you can see that, you just go to any space and left click there. You have space 1. If you do that to another space, let's say that one, without clicking, it's like that, and when you click, now you have another space. You can see it? Okay. Now if we right click anywhere and then we click generate all, we want to have automatically all the spaces generate. Okay, that was the first part for the tutorial. As you can see, we went from this to this following those steps. Okay. Okay, now for the second part of the tutorial, we're gonna be creating a color filter presentation plan, like that. We're gonna go from this to that. Okay, in order to do that, what we need to do is look for the spaces tab, You just need to click there, go to spaces. Okay, now that you have that, let's say we want to do the stairway. Right click there, apply to properties to space, then you click there, and you need to select or you click on the spaces that you want to convert to a stairway. Let's say that one, and that one. Now that you click there, you're gonna hit enter and then escape. Now if we zoom in, you're gonna see that now this one went from space 103 to stair 103. In this one too, and so did that one. Let me move that one a little bit. Right there. Okay. Let's say according to a tutorial, you see 1, 2, 3, and that's exactly what we have there. Okay, now let's move on. Let me zoom in a little bit on the tutorial. Okay, you can see this one is the men's restroom, and on the bottom the woman's restroom. Let's do those two. Okay, let's look for the woman's restroom. Right click, apply properties to space, click there, then press enter and then escape. Okay, let's do it for the main restroom. Right click there, apply property tools, space, click there, press enter and then escape. Okay, you're gonna do the same to do all of this, and at the end you're gonna have 2 empty spaces. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna fill that too on the next tutorial. Okay, let's do the rest of the spaces. Okay, according to the tutorial, this one is a mechanical room, so we're gonna look on the tool palette for mechanical. That one, right click, properties to space, and this one, click and click, enter and escape. Mechanical room, that one is an elevator, so let's look for elevator. That one, right click, space, enter and escape. Okay, this one is the lobby. Right click, electrical room. Okay, this one is a conference room. This one, that one, and this one too. Enter and escape. This one is a storage. That one. That one. And that one. Okay, enter and escape. Oh, and this one is a storage too. Storage, enter and escape. Office medium. Office medium. That one, that one, that one. And all of this. Escape. Corridor. That one and that one. Escape. See, okay. And that one is a storage too. Storage. Okay, as you can see, we have 2 empty spaces only. Okay. Okay, the first one has to be a janitor closet, and the second one has to be a retail. Okay, to do that, we need to create a new name tag, because if you want to look for janitor closet or retail on your tool palette, you won't find it. Okay, now we are going to create this page retail and the closet. Okay, to do that, we need to follow these steps. Okay, number 1, we're gonna look for the Manage tab. That one, click there, and then click on Style Manager, or you can simply type in Style Manager. Press enter. Okay, now you have to expand the architectural object, and on here you need to look for the space tiles. Expand that one too. Okay, now you right click on conference room, click on copy, right click on space tiles, click on paste. Okay, now again right click on conference room number 2, rename, and this one is going to be the retail. Enter. Okay, now you need to look for the display properties tab, that one. Okay, and then you have to click on the edit display properties, that one. On the layer color line tab, you have to look for the base hatch and click on the color. Here it's saying that I don't have the, I don't have the Pantone solid cottage library, so I'm going to click there because I don't have that. Then I'm gonna look for the color books tab, and here I'm going to look for Pantone solid cottage. As you can see, that one, and I have to type in 3305 space C, and then OK, and OK. You have to do the same for the plan height detail. Click there, display properties, base hash, you have to click there, that one, color books, solid, Pantone solid cottage, 3305 space C. Okay, okay. For the plan low detail tool, space C. Okay. In the last one, plan presentation. Okay, okay. Okay, now we need to do the same for the general closet. Right click on conference room, copy, right click on space tile, paste, right click on conference room number 2, rename, general room closet, enter. Okay, again we need to look for the display properties tab. On plan, we need to click edit display properties. On the layer color line tab, base hash, we need to click the color, convert the color box, and here we need to type in 181C. As you can see here, 181C for the general closet. We are following the tutorial, so it's 181 spacing. We need to do the same for that one. Oh, sorry. Okay, we need to do the same for that one. There, number 2, color book, 181 spacing. Okay. Okay, and now that we have the 2 spaces created, that one and that one, we can click OK. Okay, to apply these spaces, what we need to do is click on the space, then we need to right click, look for properties, and on the general style, you want to change the standard to that one is the general closet, so you change that one there, and you need to change the name to general closet, enter. Then you escape, and as you can see, now this one is no longer space 104, now it's the general closet. Okay, let's do the same for the retail. Click on retail, right click, properties, then on the general, over style, you want to change that one to retail, and we're going to change the name to retail. Enter and escape. Okay. Okay, now that we have all the spaces, color, as you can see, we have it the same as that one. Now on the next tutorial, we're going to be doing the creating spaces inventory schedule. Okay, now we're going to do the space inventory. Okay, we need to create these 2 tables, and to do that we're gonna go to our file, we're gonna close the properties tab, we're gonna right click on the 2 palettes right there, and we're gonna click on document. Okay, then we need to look for the scheduling tab, that one, click there, and here you need to look for the space inventory schedule, click there. Okay, now you need to select all the spaces like that, press enter, then you need to click for the position of the table, click there and then enter again. If we zoom in, we know that we have a lot of question marks, and to fix that we need to click on the space inventory and then right click, go to properties, right click and go to edit casual table style. Okay, you need to look for the columns tab, that one, and you want to press and hold Ctrl and click on all of the column except for the area one. Okay, let's click that one, this one, this one. Let's move. We don't want to click on the area, but we do want to click on that one. Then you have to click on delete and OK. Now we need to add a column, so we need to click there. On the categorize tab, we need to look for the space objects, and under space objects we're gonna look for name. Click on name and then OK. We need to drag this column there. Okay, now we need to modify the area column, so we click there, modify, we're gonna select total and OK, and again OK. Now you can see how now we only have the name of this space and the area of this space, right? We have one office with 109 square feet. Okay. Okay. Now for the team scheduling tab, what we need to do is, we already have that one. Now we need to add a display theme for the floor plan. In order to do that, we need to left click there and we're gonna look for themes. Click there. Now that you are there, we need to look for the theme by space tool. That one. Let's look for that one. Theme by space, that one. We're gonna click there. And now just click on wherever you want to position the table. Let's say there. Now enter. Okay, as you can see, now we have our two tables and we have all the tutorial number 1 complete. For the space planning, let me zoom in so you can see it clear. Okay. This one is saying that for the spaces with a size between 0 and 50, we're gonna have a yellow color like that. Let's look for the office one. Okay, this office has an area of 109 square feet. Okay, it has to be in between this one. So the office has to be yellow. Let's look for the office one. As you can see, probably this one, huh? It's yellow. Let me move this one so you can see it better. Is it there? Somewhere there. This one and that one. Okay, let's say the lobby is green. It's kinda in, yeah, it's kinda the large one, right? It's kinda in between these two greens. Let's look for the office now. Let's move it back here. Lobby. There. It has an area of 1,524 square feet. That's why it's this color. Okay, that's it for the tutorial number 1. Again, my name is Erika Guerra.